Jamaica. And so Jamaica is the indigenous name. Well, was the indigenous name of Jamaica before it was changed to Jamaica.
Hi everyone, welcome back to Afro Expats. This is Michelle. Welcome to my channel. I'm super excited to have Theresa here, and she and I go way back. No, we both have Jamaican heritage, so it's so exciting to find someone in Mexico with the same heritage and the same interest in regard to cuisine. You know, I happened to find her online a few months ago when I started Black Owned Mexico. I was looking for people of African descent, not necessarily Americans or Canadians, but just African descent that owned businesses. And I found you through an article, and I believe you were supposed to be featured, and they were looking for people to vote for her, and she was a chef, and it was just very interesting. And she's in Mexico City, so I'm going to let her kind of tell you her own story. But that's sort of where our relationship started, where I reached out to you and I said, hey, tell me more about your restaurant. And then I found out that it was Jamaican, and my husband and I have been talking about coming there. And oh, by the way, my dad, who loves his cuisine from his country, he's in California. He insists that I give the address for your restaurant, so when he comes here in February, he can pass by and get him some Jamaican food. Okay, so be ready, because he loves to eat. So that's kind of a tall order. But anyway,
yes,
Theresa lives in Mexico City. I'm super excited to interview her because I haven't gotten to interview anyone in Mexico City. So I really want you to share, like, what's it like? I know it's huge there. I've been there several times. A lot of people love Mexico City, especially if that's the vibe they're looking for. It has so much to offer. I just want people to kind of have the myth dispelled that it's so dangerous. It's a great city, so many parks and green spaces, just there's a lot of life there. So kind of like, you know, share that, and then your journey on entering Mexico, how you got here. So I kind of already know. We've just like spent an hour talking pre this conversation, but anyway, welcome to the show. Appreciate you so much. Thank you for being here, and I'll let you take over and tell us about yourself.
Thank you for having me, Michelle. Thank you. So my name is Theresa Barrett. I am the owner of Jamaica, and I was telling Michelle earlier that Jamaica is was the indigenous name of Jamaica before it was changed to Jamaica, and the meaning, it means land of wood and water. It was a name given to Jamaica by the Taínos.
Oh, I love that.
So a little bit of me and how I got to Mexico is that I came here initially with a company. I was living in the central part of Mexico, which was in San Luis Potosí. And I was there for about 3 years, 2.5 to 3 years. And then I came to the city. I worked as an educator and in HR. That's what I was doing when I was there. And then I moved to the city for, I used to say love. I like to say love. And then while walking on the street, people would ask me where I'm from, and I would say Jamaica. And so with that being said, they would always say, I've never had Jamaican food. And so that's how the business practically started.
Oh, that's interesting. So how was it for you working? Did you work for a company that you needed to know the language? Were you here temporarily on a temporary visa, or working? Well, it's a working visa, I'm sure.
Yeah. So the company I was working with, they were responsible for all my paperwork. So, but the language of the company was multilingual because there's some employee that spoke French, German, Chinese, Japanese. I was an English speaker, so that was okay. And there were Spanish speakers as well.
Okay. So what type of company? Because I know people
A
ask
language,
all the.
language school, language
Oh,
school.
nice.
An
Okay.
international language school, actually, yes.
Okay. Was that for language for like teaching adults, or was it for children, or was it a mix?
It was a mix. It was mostly companies, and inside the school, they would have kids only on Saturdays or afternoon.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Very cool. So, and how many years have you been in Mexico?
Wow, why, Michelle? Why?
People
So
want to know.
I'm gonna say, because it's coming up to the 8th-year
Oh,
anniversary.
wow. Okay.
I'm gonna say I've been here for 8 years.
Okay. Okay. That's a long time. And
Yes.
have you only been in Mexico City mostly? I know you said you started in San Luis Potosí, but did you move to Mexico City and then pretty much stayed there?
I moved here, pretty much stay here, but I still travel to other parts of Mexico. Yes.
Okay. Okay. What was it like in San Luis? Were you in the city, San Luis Potosí?
Yes.
Okay. I've driven through it.
Yes.
It looks pretty intense.
Well, when I was there, it was very calm.
Okay.
When I was there at the time, and when I just moved there too, it was just developing, because now by the time I was leaving, they were building a lot of townhouses or apartment type,
Okay.
because the automotive industry is there as well.
Exactly.
So when I just moved there, it was, I want to say it was developing, but it was lovely.
Okay.
Being there.
So you moved to Mexico City. Have you moved around in Mexico City in terms of living neighborhoods? What's it
no.
like? No?
No. So when I moved here, I moved to Navarte. Can I say Navarte? I moved to Colonia Navarte.
I don't know. I don't know anything about it. Is there something wrong with it?
Navarte, but it's close to Roma, Condesa,
Okay.
Lecce, Clapan.
Okay.
So yes, I want to say my neighborhood is in the middle of all the other
Fancy
neighborhoods.
ones.
Yes.
You're the center of all the fanciness. Okay.
Yes.
Yes. I've been to Condesa, and I'm pretty sure I've been to Roma, just Airbnb and hanging out. So just, people need to know Mexico City is massive. Okay. Massive. It's very spread out. There are lots of neighborhoods and green spaces. We were talking about this. There's lots of shopping. It's very modern. So, I want to kind of dispel the myth that people may have about it. Like, if you are interested in living in a city, what do you have to share with the audience about Mexico City? What's your overall impression?
If the city is not for you, it's not for you. And I believe there's everything here, even in the city, for everybody. If you like concerts, if you like to go shopping, if you like to go to the park, to take walks in the park, if you want a community, it's here as well. And it's a massive city. It's just that you have to, navigate until you find your space and find the rhythm and what works for you as an individual. People like to say it's dangerous. It has its challenges, but if you step out the door, danger is not there waiting for you. That's just my take on that aspect of danger. But I think the city is very, very diverse. There's so much to do every day. There's so much to do. And also there's a lot of entertainment, free entertainment, the guy playing the saxophone, the clown walking to, make the kids laugh and stuff like that. There's so much to do.
Right. So as far as like community, you said, as a foreigner, like, how do you fit in there? Because, for example, one of the things I personally have come to appreciate about San Miguel is that it's a very small town. And when I say very small, meaning, still 200, the population is about 175 to almost 200,000, rounding up. But it's still very small, because I could go out today and probably come across 5 people I know, which I've never lived anywhere that this has happened. And then just living where I live as well, it's close. But when I go to other places, I realize that this is not necessarily the norm. I'm sure it would be if obviously I went to like, you know, the smaller towns and pueblas and things like that. But how is it for you? Because we mildly considered Mexico City, and I was looking at things a lot differently when I was going down my checklist on places to move to. So I was looking at schools. Mexico City offers a plethora of international schools. You know, if I wanted to send my son to maybe a Canadian school or French school or whatever, there's more in this regard. But I was concerned that we would feel like fish out of water because we did not have the language under our belt. How do you feel about it? Like, what were your initial, I know that you speak Spanish now, but how did you feel initially?
Initially, I did feel like a fish out of water. And the reason why I felt like that was because I didn't speak the language, and I didn't speak the language with confidence. I would stutter. So when I was like that, no one would really pay attention. I'm not talking about the Black community, but like in Mexican communities generally. And once I spoke the language to some extent to communicate, for me, I think things opened up in that regards. Yes.
Right. Did you find it pretty easy to kind of integrate with the locals? Because that really, to me, is the only barrier. It's not about your skin color.
Integrating with the locals, it depends. For me, I have a business, so I integrate with I think I do integrate, like I do business with when I go to government offices, I now go by myself and I communicate with them in Spanish. And I think I am treated like a Mexican. Like there's no difference in how they interact with me or anybody else in the market. So I feel pretty comfortable in that regards, whereby when I didn't speak the language very well and I had to do business, I would say, hey, husband, this is the day, this is where I need to go. Can you come with me? And that was really frustrating because he's speaking on my behalf and he's translating. I was like, no, that's not what I want. So that was frustrating. So in that point, in those times, I did feel out of, you know, place.
Out of sorts, yeah. Yes. I mean, that can be the reason I think people gravitate to cities like here, because it makes it easier, but it also, you know, it also takes the challenge out of living abroad, because in a good and a bad way, I'm saying this on both sides. The pro is, you know, you can integrate, you can get around, you can get to a restaurant, you can make friends, you know, there's a lot of expats here. It's a small, tight community. But then there's the other side where, you know, you get comfortable and you don't really learn the language and you don't integrate or whatever. So, you know, it kind of all depends on what people are looking for. So I'm not preaching to anyone. It's just more about what, you know, think about what your ease of use, you know, do you want the owner's manual to be like, you know, this, or do you want to be like, all right, I'm going to read this in every language and I'm still not going to know what I'm talking about, but I'm just going to try to figure it out. So it all depends. And I also think and I'm not going to categorize necessarily age, but I do think that a lot of older folks that have settled here, they are more comfortable here because they really don't want to learn the language too much. You know, they just want to kind of get by and they want to be in a cool place to live. But what I found with Mexico City was just that. I knew that I wouldn't have an issue getting around because I had been there and I've been in and out of Mexico a lot, especially places where 0 people spoke English. Even 0 people really even speaking Spanish. So that's a challenge. But I also wanted to make sure my husband could, you know, communicate, because I knew then the stress would fall on me. So I'm saying and sharing this with people because I want people to think about these things when they're making plans. But Mexico City is, to me, it's really amazing because my first impression was I didn't expect that. I don't know what I expected actually, because I had flown in and out, but I saw it from, you know, the sky, but I never actually got out and started walking around. But when I did, I was just like, oh, there's a beautiful neighborhood. And not that I didn't expect that, but I think I just expected more danger, you know, and that's
Mhm.
because of our mindset that we've been fed our entire, you know, growing up in the US. So I just want people to know that there are plenty of developed spaces. You know, like if you just said, I like the city, I want to live in a city. I don't want to be on the beach, or I don't want to be in a small place, or I don't want to be in the mountain. Like, this is a great option for people to check out. What about navigating around, just, you know, getting around? What's that like? I know they have Uber and they have every other
Yes.
service, but they have trains and it's pretty easy. I know there's a lot of traffic. That's like the first
Yes.
complaint.
So to navigate the system, there are many transportation options. You have Uber, Cabify, Taxify, now Beat, which is all Teslas. And there's the metro bus, trolley bus.
Nice.
And if you want to hop on a bicycle, there is that service also available. For me, I want to say most places I walk,
Okay.
because it's in close proximity to my home, unless it's, you know, a group of us going to a place to eat, and we'll take the Uber.
Okay.
But
Okay.
transportation is readily accessible if you're not going to use public transportation.
Okay. So do you see yourself being there like indefinitely for now? Mexico?
Are you trying to set me up?
No, I just, just how do you feel about, you know, your journey to Mexico from Jamaica? Because that's where, oh, by the way, did we talk about that? We didn't talk about that. We gotta talk about that. That's how we, you know, that's how we're like our kindred spirits here.
Yes, I journeyed from Jamaica to Mexico.
Okay, let's go back. What part of Jamaica?
I'm from Kingston, represent.
That's right. Big up, big up. Blah, blah. All right, people, we're going to keep it down. That's awesome. I love it. So tell me about that part. Like, how did, you know, this, like, that's big. I mean, I think this is my opinion again. A lot of people that leave Jamaica, where do they normally want to go? To the US or to England, right? No one's really talking about Mexico. So how did that happen?
So for me, coming to Mexico, okay, so before coming, I used to travel around Jamaica by bicycle with a group of riders, and I was exploring my own country. And I did that for about 3 years. Like all the hidden gems in Jamaica, I got you luck.
Oh, nice. Okay. I've been to some of them. I've been to some hidden gems in Jamaica, but it's been a while. It's been a while.
Yes. And so I felt like while being in Jamaica, I've done many things. And the many things I felt like I needed more challenge, something new, something different. And so I was looking for jobs all over the world. I looked in China, Hungary, Japan, France, like I don't even know how to pronounce it, but I can spell it. But I think I had to decide between Mexico offer and Hungary. Hungary with them, they wanted me to, I did the interview, it was successful, but they wanted me to do another one in person. I was like, I'm not gonna waste my time to go, and then you tell me on the second interview. And I asked them if I am responsible for the airfare, and they were like, yeah. I was like, no.
No, you're like, never mind.
So I chose Mexico because Mexico initially too was 4 hours away from Jamaica.
Right.
So I decided that I could go as often as I wanted to.
Okay.
And so I chose Mexico because of the distance and the offer.
Okay. Okay. So you came from Jamaica, Kingston a while ago, and then you landed in, right? Blah, blah. And then you landed in Mexico, San Luis Potosí, right? What did your family like think about this? Were they like giving you warning signals and things as well?
You're setting me up again. I did not tell my mom until I was here.
Uh-oh.
My friends, they were sending me all the articles of everything. And I said, you know what, let me pull up what the American website has to say about Jamaica.
Right. Oh, that's true. No, oh my God, that's a great point. That is a great point.
Yes, so they were my friend, one of my good friends, we still chat today.
Yeah,
Like he was like, wow, I can't believe you did that. And you're
exactly.
still there. Yes. So they would send me all the things bad about, and I say, you know what, let me send you everything about the world, the
Yeah,
comparison, you know.
right. Exactly.
Yes. So as a result of that, now I've learned, you know, from that experience that certain things, and I'm even still learning now that certain things, I don't talk about it until it's final. Like my mom,
Hmm.
I didn't tell my mom until I was here. I was in Mexico. I call her
Yeah.
and say, hey, I'm not in Jamaica and I'll see you at the end of the year.
Oh my goodness, I love
Yes.
it. I mean, not that you didn't tell her, but just no, I think a lot of people can relate to the naysaying, right?
Yes.
Because when people want to put that gray cloud over your head,
Uh-huh.
even though you're determined, like for me, I'm always determined to do whatever it is I'm going to do. I really don't care what you think.
Yes.
But I can't say that it doesn't somehow put things in my mind. You know,
Yeah.
I'm still going to do it. And sometimes it puts it in my mind and I'm even more determined.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just sometimes on the energy draining. It's an
Yes.
energy drainer and you don't need that. So I want to say this to anyone watching. If you want to move, just freaking move. Okay. Make
Just
a
move.
plan and keep your close circle of people that will support you. Keep that real small and make
Mm-hmm.
your plan, especially if you're fragile emotionally. Just, you know, if you don't have the spirit and the heart of a bull, then keep your plans to yourself. And
Yes.
honestly, like seek out the encouragement from the people that will give it to you, or even
Mm-hmm.
watching not just my video, but others that have done this. Follow, you know, the Rashidas and the Stephanie Perrys and the Amaries and the Theresas and the Adelias and the Michelles. And there are lots of us out here doing this because we just had a vision and we had something in our spirit that we wanted to experience. So the simple point is seek encouragement from the ones that will encourage you.
Yep.
And seek it even if you don't know them, just like find it from there. Do
Mm-hmm.
not listen to the naysayers, because the naysayers will have you scared and skirt and you'll just be like, you know what, I don't know if I can go, it's not safe, whatever. That doesn't mean you go blindly, it just means you go with a plan, right? That's why we have all these groups and, you know, we offer all these different things and conversations. I mean, this is all done for free, right? You're working right now for free. So, and this is not a complaint. This is just simply us saying, like, we are inspired to share our stories and other people's stories. At least I am, for sure. And, you know, like, here's someone who's done it and you found ways to do it. You know, you were like, any country that will have me, I will show up.
Legally. Any country that will have me legally. Yeah.
Legally, I will show up. So, you know, the point is that when there's a will, there's a way, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm sure that was a great Jamaican saying too.
Where
I
there's
used
a
to hear
will,
that
there's
one.
a way.
Yes. So when you got here, what did your mom like? Did she like freak out, or was she kind of supportive after some time?
Yeah, she was supportive after some time, and I guess she realized, and other people also, like my husband has a phrase that say, if someone say no, you're gonna do it anyway. So
True. True. Yeah. Even more so, right? Yeah.
yes, and like if there is a no or you can't, there is a way. There are many
Mhm.
ways to solve this equation.
Right, exactly. No, I agree. I think that it's to make the plan and not to just, okay, not saying don't be spontaneous. If you
Mhm.
are a spontaneous person, or even if not, and you just want to be, but you know, think about the long term, think about how you can plan your grand escape from the US or wherever you're, Jamaica, the islands, Canada, wherever the heck you are in the world that you want to get away from. If Mexico is your spot, you know, make a plan. I do think that it's all very doable, but you definitely need to think it through, make sure you have some kind of budget or financial, you know, thing to support your endeavors, and just kind of keep that in mind. So let's fast forward. Now you're in Mexico. Tell me, like, I know I heard your story with Adelia a few months ago, but like, I don't know, my audience, maybe some have heard it, but tell me about your journey to starting your restaurant.
Okay.
I love it. I mean, first of all, did you cook before when
Oh,
you were in Jamaica? Was that like your thing?
so when I was in Jamaica, I had a business. It was a fruit business, and I
Mhm,
did cook, but it was just to have friends over and
mhm,
cook, eat, and drink.
mhm.
And here was the same when I was in San Luis, but it was only by invitation. Confirm if you come in, and I'll send you the address.
Mhm.
So that's how it was. And they did say, "Hey, why not turn this into a business?" And I was like, "No, I just want to have us eat and relax and enjoy,
Mhm,
some Jamaican food." Then when
mhm.
I moved to the city and people asked me where I'm from, and I told them, they said they never had Jamaican food. But I used Google Translator and I said, Dame sudero llega a mi casa. And then when I
See,
looked back, it
mhm,
wasn't the most eloquent way, but Mexicans don't take things personally, or some don't
right,
take it personal and say you're being rude, blah, blah, blah. People showed
right.
up. So that's how it started here in the city with word of mouth
Okay.
on this platform called Meetup as well, which
I
I still
remember that.
use. Uh-huh.
Okay. Okay. I didn't even know it was still up and running, but I know that I've used it in Florida for just different things, like they would have photography meetups and or
Mhm.
outdoor sports and things like that. That's pretty
Yes.
cool. I remember that part from Adelia's interview with you.
Uh-huh.
Adelia's Picky Girl Travels, just in case you guys didn't know. So definitely join and subscribe to her channel also. So how long have you been pretty much with, okay, I know I'm going to butcher this. You say the name. La
Jamaica.
Jamaica. La
La
Jamaica.
Jamaica.
Mhm.
La Jamaica.
La Jamaica.
Uh-huh.
How long has that been up and running?
So the business has been up and running for 4 years.
Wow.
4 years.
Okay. That's
Uh-huh.
like half your time here, girl. That's awesome. No, that's pretty awesome.
Yes, yes.
Mhm,
4 years. 4 years. It has evolved and
mhm,
take some turns along the way, but yes, 4 years.
mhm. How's it been from a business standpoint? I know that, there are different things you have to do to kind of get going. How was it for you? Was it a pretty easy process to become legit?
Yes, for me it was because I had an accountant who sorted out that part of it, ensure that I
Mhm,
register. And if
mhm,
I get companies and they ask for the factura, I can issue all of that.
mhm,
So I want to say the process was pretty easy because at the time my Spanish wasn't fluent enough.
mhm,
And
mhm,
so I needed to get this right and done right.
mhm.
So that part was easy.
So was it easy for you to I guess be legal? Because I know that's a concern that a lot of expats have.
Yes, yes.
Mhm.
That aspect of it was easy, but when you go into having a space outside of your home, that
Uh,
that is where more paperwork is required because when they come and if they come
mhm.
and check the
Right,
gas, the light, the kitchen and everything is
right.
to standards.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So you have to be permitted, et cetera. But if you do it from home, it's a little less strenuous, a
Yes.
little less restrict. That's interesting because, in the US, you can't do that.
Well, in Jamaica, you can't really. They will have a health inspector. If you have your business
Yeah.
from home, and the health inspector will come and check, and you have to do an exam and stuff like that.
Right. But I
Uh-huh.
mean, in general, I think, and I mean, people do it, meaning,
Uh-huh.
they'll say, I'm a caterer and I'm whatever, but they're flying under the radar. But I think typically if your home is zoned as residential,
Mm-hmm.
it's just like, you can't sell on a commercial level. So one of
Mm,
the things that I really like with Mexico is that they kind of allow their citizens, as well as obviously we're reaping some benefits as well, to be able to earn a living with less red tape. And that doesn't mean you do illegitimate business. It just means that I've seen a lot of people being able to sell on the streets, people being able to sell out of their home or cook from
mhm.
home. I know there are certain requirements, which you mentioned already, but my point is that in the US, it's kind of like, get a space, or you got to rent a commercial kitchen, you know, you got to put a name on, you got to be a business, you know, there's a lot of extra red tape that costs a lot more money. And I feel like here they kind of allow people, if you want to get out there and, you know, earn a living, they kind of take away a lot of the red tape. So you definitely still need to, you know, get yourself self-legitimized and pay your taxes, please. Like if you have a business, tell them you got to pay your taxes here, because they will come after you, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. All right. I just want to say that. Yeah. This is for you, Patricia and Tally, because she's always telling me, make sure that people, I'm like, I'm not running the business, but I just want to say that because she's actually going to do a class on Friday. No, she's going to do a class, a mastermind workshop for people who want to start business in Mexico. And this is really for expats. So I just wanted to like say that, because she's kind of always like making sure that we are in tune with this. So tell me how it is for you, like getting your stuff to do your restaurant and your goods. I mean, what's kind of like your main thing, main dishes?
Okay, so my main dishes are jerk chicken, oxtail, brown stew chicken, curry goat, curry chicken, stew piece, and all the soups. And this is because of accessibility to some of the spices and things that I need for the ingredients. Ackee sauce, which is seasonal, even though, you know, it's only for special occasions. If I'm celebrating independence, then it will be on the menu. If I'm celebrating Christmas, it will be on the menu.
Nice. Do you have it brought in? Do you bring like the cans?
So I tried last year, so before trying Amazon, if anyone is traveling from New York, they will bring it in, but I stopped because of the quality.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not going to put it on the menu anymore because of the cost and the quality. However, in December of last year, I tried ordering it online. The 12th of December until today, I have not received. They have not refunded. So
really, Amazon didn't refund you?
No, the thing is because I didn't say anything, and there was, you know, like if something is gonna be delayed, you will get a notification. We didn't get that, so I said, you know what? I'm gonna wait until the end of this year to just say, hey.
I never got my Ackee. Oh my God, that's a
But
sin.
It was a test. It was actually a test. So I'm not gonna make a big deal about it, but it was a test to see how fast I will get it. Okay. Of course, it's quite costly, but yeah.
You know, this is a thought, okay, because there are more and more of us that are coming to Mexico, and we need certain, we would like certain items, right? So in the liking of those certain items, I feel that anything's possible in this country, right? Do you feel that it's possible to get it? It's just the right channels. So here's my suggestion to any distributors, somebody import, export that's out there. If someone's bringing food, okay, let's say this. When I first moved here, I was kind of like a strict vegan. I say kind of, I was a strict vegan because it was easier, in my opinion, to do this in Florida. You know, I had access to a lot of substitute type things. And when I got here, you know, I was walking up and down the aisles of La Comer, which I like, and it's been upgraded since. And they had a lot of international things, but they did not have a lot of vegan products. The ones they had, I wouldn't touch. And then suddenly Mr. Tofu appears, right? Oh, it's a vegan shop. And they suddenly now have a location. They were online because I remember finding them online, but they then opened a location in Querétaro, which is only 45 minutes from here. And I just want to tell you guys how amazing Mexico is. This guy calls me every 2 or 3 weeks and he's like, what do you want me to bring to your house? And he charges me on my credit card at the front door of my house, and there's my food. Okay, just saying. But I go there too, physically go there. They opened a shop, I think 1.5 years ago. My point is there's gotta be someone for hair products that's already importing stuff. And all they have to do is say, like Walmart, because Walmart sells this stuff in the US. Okay, you can get all of Grace's products in the US, all of the Blue Mountain seasonings and all of the whatever, the Bammy and whatever. Okay, I'm getting mad, y'all, because we want our food. So you can get curry powders and the whole nine. They just have to add it to their list and have it shipped in. And I was saying this last week, or no, a couple days ago, I did an interview with Xaymaca, who's a stylist in Playa del Carmen. And I said, there's got to be a way for you to get hair products and hair, you know, whatever, braiding hair and shampoos and conditioners and deep conditioners. It's just, I think that the people that import don't realize there's a demand, right? So like, let's get in front of the people where we can say, please add this to all the other stuff that you're getting from around the world. Add some Black products to your stores. Like, let's add it to HEB. Let's add it to Le Comer. They get stuff already, so they can add those products and get them there. They just need to know there's a demand. Okay, so I'm just preaching to the choir right now, the crowd, and someone's gonna hear this eventually, and they're gonna be like, yeah, you know, because that's what happened in the US, right? They started to realize like, oh, there's a market here where Black people are spending a lot of money on food, spices, hair products, and skin, nails, you name it, that cater to our skin color. And I'm not just saying ours and Black Americans, I'm saying Black anybody, because there are tons of Afro-Mexicanos that live in other places that probably wouldn't mind buying some things that they have easy access to. The girl that I found that started doing my hair in Querétaro, she's Afro-Colombiano. She speaks zero English. And, you know, she's like, oh, I order stuff from my country. So she also has a demand. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So I'm just saying it like, so your ackee, I have 4 cans just in case you ever want to come here, have an ackee party. Let's have an ackee and saltfish party. I've been holding on to those cans since last October.
Oh,
I hope it's still good.
We can make it happen.
I'm going to do something for Thanksgiving this year here, something, I don't know. But yeah, so I've made vegan ackee, actually ackee and saltfish, but no saltfish. I use the nori, you know, the seaweed to give it the fish flavor. But I put everything else in there. The onions, tomatoes, peppers, the ackee, and then a lot of the seaweed in there. It's really good.
I think also ackee goes nice with nopal. I don't know if you like nopal. That's something that
I do. So tell me about it.
Oh, well, that's my recipe development. You heard it first.
Yes.
So it's ackee and nopal. So if you don't like the slime, you boil it. Well, I would recommend that you use the smaller pads of the nopal, cut it up however you like, boil it for 15 minutes with the salt to get rid of the slime. If you don't like the slime, and you would prepare the nopal like you would prepare your saltfish with the bell peppers, your spicy seasoning. When that's cooked to your liking, then you know you add your ackee and you got.
Nice. That sounds really good.
That's
I'm gonna have to come. That's your recipe. I'm not trying to make all of that. I'm gonna come and get some. That's what I'm gonna do. That sounds really good. I like Nopal, and I don't mind the slimy, but I know, it's like okra, and people can be turned off by the slime. But I know that if you boil it, that kind of takes the edge off. But I've never had it with ackee. Like I wouldn't even think about putting it. It sounds delicious.
Well, for me, it is delicious. I like it. There are 2 recipes that I developed. It was curry nopal and bean, like, you know, you'd have curry beans. So I added nopal as well. And the same I did with the ackee. And I did that for vegan.
Delicious. Okay. Yeah, I did a couple months ago a curry mushroom dish, which came out, but the big ones. Hasta luego, muchas gracias. Hasta viernes, Julie. See, sorry. Yeah, I did the portobello. I mean, I chopped it roughly, you know, like just chop, nothing fancy. And I just said, oh, you know what, I'm going to try to curry this today. and it
Nice.
came out really nice. I added like a touch of, because I do cream sometimes. I added a touch of cream to
Nice.
give it like a smoother, a little thicker taste.
Yes.
And it was really good. I haven't made it since, but yeah.
Next time, I recommend you use coconut milk instead of cream, or was that
Yeah.
what you use?
No, I have used coconut milk, but I didn't do it on that dish. I think I just wanted it more of like a curry, creamy curry, but
Okay.
it was just a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I think not think, I've resorted to being a little more vegetarian since
Okay.
I've been here. But yeah, enough about that.
Okay.
But no, that sounds really delicious. I absolutely love what you're doing. I know at one point you and I spoke before and you were interested. No, I think it was on Adelia's interview, possibly. You guys were talking about maybe doing a food, you were considering a festival. Are you
Yes.
still thinking about doing that?
Yes. It is in relation to what we had talked about earlier.
Oh,
That.
yes. Okay. Okay. That
Yes.
would
So
be
I'm not.
great.
Huh?
That would be fantastic.
But the thing is that I want the now that it's getting closer and closer, I can share a little bit about it. Is that
Sure.
once all the developments are complete and
Mhm.
there is space where people can roam about, and I don't have to worry about anything. The idea is to
Right.
get all the Black people here who
Mhm.
have businesses
Right.
related to food from their country, whether it be Cuban,
Mhm.
Ethiopian. I
Mhm.
wanted to have that where everyone would come and eat a bit of it.
Okay.
It's a space where there is just Black food, people sharing
Mhm.
their food. Yeah,
Mhm.
so
I love that. I think you
yes,
should totally do it. I think that in Mexico, there are a lot of people from a lot of different places. I don't think we all realize it, but I think
yeah,
currently there are plenty of admins online that are trying to bring these communities together.
right.
And, you know, we're starting to find each other more
Yes,
because of social media and internet, which is great, and the whole global thing. So I think it's quite a blessing, that we can
mhm,
talk and we can do this and we can
yes,
share, and I can
yes,
see your face, I mean, I haven't met you in person, but it's like I
yes.
know you. My dad knows you. He's ready to come and eat at your restaurant. My husband's ready. He's just like, oh, we got to get, when we get to Mexico City, we're definitely like, you're top of the list of places that we will make a pit stop. No, really. And it's not just because I have no idea what the food tastes like. I'm sure it's amazing, but my point simply is that it's exciting. It's exciting to know that you're there and that you're providing cuisine that's familiar for us. I'm like ready for some ackee and saltfish and kalaloo. And I want I'm like, who's making cocoa bread? Anybody making cocoa bread yet? No. Somebody
No.
needs to make me a ackee and saltfish patty. You gonna do that? I need a patty, okay?
Oh my goodness, you are okay.
I'm
So
missing my
since
patties.
you are giving me a challenge, here's what I want your viewers to do. For those
Yes,
of your viewers who are in San Miguel,
yes.
I want you to leave in the comment below if you would love to see a Jamaican pop-up in San Miguel, and
Yeah.
I'll be there.
Okay. No, come. I'm gonna be the first to say that. And oh, by the way, yeah, I'm gonna put it on Black SMA if you guys want to see Jamaican pop-up, even for a weekend. Come on
Yes.
down. I will cook with you. Okay.
Oh,
No, I'm serious. I will cook. I had a catering Jamaican business in Florida. Okay.
oh,
So I know
oh,
about jerking at the jerk, yes.
nice, nice, nice.
So if you want to come for a Saturday and we can
Yes.
have like a cook-off somewhere, not a cook-off. I don't want to
Oh,
challenge you. I'm not going to challenge you, girl, but we can have some food pop up somewhere. That would be amazing. I totally
yes,
would be down for that. We could
yes,
set like a nice set menu, and yeah, let's do
yes,
it.
yes.
Let's do it.
I'm
Let's do it.
I'm currently doing a pop-up here in the city in
Mhm.
it's a cafe Gato Gordo. Oh my goodness. I'm
Ooh,
currently doing a pop-up in their space, but
okay.
my pop-up first pop-up for the year was in Querétaro.
Oh, was it? How did it go? When was
It went
that?
well. It was, I think, in June.
You didn't even tell me. I'm right here, girl. Oh,
Yes, so I'm just it's called doing things differently. So I would do this by myself. I want to collaborate with other people and, you know, have more reach out there.
Okay.
So I was like, I'm going to collaborate with a few cafes. I did the one in Querétaro was with a gallery and it went really well.
Nice.
And I only had one item. It was a soup. Everyone was like, it's like a hug. I was
That's
like,
it.
my soup is like a hug.
Oh, that's so cute. Uno brazo.
Yes. So that's what I'm doing. And the plan also is to, you know, after I'm finished with this, because I did sign a contract. After I'm finished, is to collaborate with other cafes and maybe move around Mexico in areas where people have interest.
Okay.
So the next location can be.
I will do it with you. I swear, just for the heck of it. Last year when they had, you know, heavy COVID and my mom was here. My mom likes to cook too, more than I do. And she's pretty good at it. But anyway, they were looking for volunteers to either buy or make lunches for the volunteers that were putting all the food bags together for the people who were out of work and whatever. So I threw my old label from Florida, which is, so my brand was called Charky, which is the old name, or I say old, the original name that they had for jerk was Charky, CHARQUI or QUE, which means, you know, smoking and barbecuing and whatever. So that was the name of my business when I lived in Florida and I was doing catering over there and stuff like this. Anyway, I just got some little stickers, really inexpensive, like 12 little stickers, and we made jerk chicken wraps for the workers because it was easy for us to do that, you know. But I was just like in the kitchen with my mom, and I had jerk sauce from Grace's that I had, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna open this special seasoning for these people. It was a little spicy. Yeah, but it was a lot of fun to do that. But yeah, I'm not a restaurateur because
it's a lot of work. It is a lot of work. It is a lot of work.
It is, but it's fun for a day or two. So I would join you on that venture. Or find, like, you tell me, maybe after we get off the call, you tell me what kind of space, because I know there are a couple commercial spaces here that you would need. And I'm pretty sure that we can make it happen, or even on someone's rooftop, or even here where I live, there's they call Casa Club. And there's a kitchen and it's a big open space and tables and all, it's free. Nobody really charges they don't charge for you to use it, but there's lots of opportunities. So let's talk about it. Yeah, that would be awesome. All right, Theresa, I'm going to let you go, girl, because I know you probably have some things to do. And it's been amazing talking to you as usual. Yes, we will certainly connect on more levels. Yes. I hope you guys enjoyed it. So stay tuned for more. I'm going to put all your info when we get off the phone. Send me, or this call, send me all your details so I can put it in the description box below, and everybody can find you. If they're in Mexico City, you guys have to go and check her out. Send me some pictures of your food and dishes. I think I can add it to this. Yeah, that would be great.
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you guys. Yeah. And thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, afroexpats.com. And there you can find lots of information about what I'm doing, my channels, etc. Look at my YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, obviously. And you'll see all the cool and interesting, super creative people that we get to hang out with here in Mexico, right? We're doing it. Yeah. All right. Have a fantastic day. Hola. Adios, amigo. Bye.